this? Still here, folks. Yes, I know, I'm messing around. So I get my sound playing on my other scenes, but I can't make web pages play in this stream for some reason. Yeah, that's what this is. Why is it not working? Yeah, it should be working right now. What is going on, man? Does it have to do with this? Virtual tabletop. This tab is playing audio. Control N to mute. Yeah, it's playing. So these sounds coming from the web page should be capturable. So go over to OBS, load application audio capture, and select the page I want to capture sound from. I mean, that's how I capture Discord voices and stuff. And yeah, it should show up, and there should be a volume control. It's not recording anything. I see the volume control, but there's nothing it's picking up. So let's go to properties, monitor off, so it should be picking it up. Yeah, it's not picking it up. I don't know. Like I said, it works on my other scenes, like my Pathfinder and my Dragonbane game. This is my paint and chat thing. If I wanted to share a video with you guys and have the sound playing, you wouldn't be able to hear it. Walter, don't bully. Go on. Walter. Get. All right, folks, I got a dog barking here. Go on, stop. Get over to your bed. All right. Let's get that off the screen. Let's see what we could do here. I'm back too. I logged off to test things. We're back now. So this is done. It's drying now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this to dry and whatever. I'm going to work on the other buildings now. Now that I got an idea how this works. See if we can make a couple more. Put them together. Might as well. And just cut the basic parts out that we need. I don't know what I want to do actually. Do I want to do this in mass? Enough for 5 more buildings? Am I ready to do that or not? I don't know. So here's my 3 templates for this building. And then the other ones I'm not going to cut like I did the other one. The templates anyway. This is a single floor. That'll fit a small base. I don't know about this one. This is a 2-story as well. Let's do a couple single stories. They're going to be really small. So let's do that. Let's use our straight edge. So these buildings are small. They're only going to hold a small Flames of War base, which is essentially a spotter, command attachment teams. Anything on a small base. So we're going to have 2 of those. I'll make like 2 of each. That's 6. Alright, so let's cut these out. Do this in mass. Mass production line. Might do these different though, so we got to keep that in mind. So it won't go as quick as I want it to. So might do some things different. More experimenting, in other words. That's okay, I'm in no rush, right? So here's the peak. And this is gonna get cut off. Because I like these peaks going on the roof instead of being part of the body of the house frame. I like that. I think I got a dull knife here. What the hell is it stuck on there? Urgh. Pardon the French. Parlez-vous. That didn't cut through at all. What happened there? Alright, so there's the other one. Let's do two more. Meow. Meow. I'm going to call my son quick. All right, JJ. No problems. I'm getting deep into my project here. It's hard to keep track of things. Okay. Oops. You know what? Let me turn off my Foundry here. It's playing this music. Where is it? Get out of this thing. Okay. Minimize. Go put my Spotify on so I got something here. I can't hear the music, you guys can hear. I have that off. Because I like to play Spotify. Gnome. Oh, that's right, he must be out skateboarding with his friends. It's his new thing. So he lives way out. What do they? How does he get over to your place? What do you have to drive out there and pick him up? That must be a hassle. Not exactly close by. That sucks. Oh well. Jake's only like 10 minutes away. And his sister Aria. Oh yeah, this blade is dull. I ripped into the foam. Damn. That's okay, we'll fix that. Some spackling. Alright, so here's two smaller buildings right there. Single story, so they're going to be really easy to put together. I do need one removable roof, and that's it. So these are done. I don't have to split them or anything. So what I'm going to do is take these, and I'm going to put a rubber band around them. I'll keep these. I'll probably do these today, but here's a little rubber band for them. There they are. That's all the parts for that two buildings. Now we're going to do two more buildings. These are going to be mid-sized. They should hold one medium stand perfectly. Yeah, that'll just fit in there. I gotta make sure they're gonna fit. That's gonna be a tight fit. That's okay. It's okay, JJ. It's okay, we got this. Let me see, can I use this? We can get one out of this. Take turns. Only half an hour drive. Is it a half an hour? I must misread where you said he was at. Well, you said, well, I don't want to be saying locations here live all the time, but I guess it really doesn't matter. Pittston to Pittsburgh? Or am I reading that wrong? It seems wrong. 30 minutes from Pittsburgh to Pittston? That can't be right. How you doing, Alex Jensen? Alex Jensen. Oh, you're in Pocono. Okay. It's not 30 minutes. Alex Jensen, where you been, my friend? I'm on so often that people, they know I'm going to be on. They just come and go, you know. They're not here every day. JJ is. JJ's loyal to the end. Most people don't. They'll pop in one day and disappear for a week and pop in again. Because they know I'm always on. Do you think I stream too much? Think I stream too much, JJ? What do you think? Put in your 2 cents. You're a supporter here. You know what's going on. Right? I've been doing this for so long. It's part of my life. I know it's part of my hobby. I've gotten so accustomed to talking and streaming at the same time that I'm working on my hobby. Even playing games. I'm usually streaming or recording my games. Not all of them, of course, but it's a lot, man. It's a lot. Got a community here. It's worthwhile. Right? Yeah, my blade is getting dull. Just tears into the foam. It's not good. Let me do one more here and then we check out the streamage. Did I cut that right? I think I screwed that up. Yeah, I did. Oh well, that's okay. No building is perfect. Just enough. Hey, JJ, nice days in Denmark. Late summer, lovely days. Hope you are super. Yeah. Alex Jensen's our friend from Denmark. Is it Denmark? Not Norway? Why am I thinking Norway? Denmark. He's up in Denmark, which is very cool. He's one of the few people I know up in the Scandinavian region. I know a few. So he's my Denmark friend, which I immensely appreciate. We're having a nice leisurely session today, working on buildings. Crafting some buildings with removable roofs for my Flames of War games. Or European theater, any period really. I could use these with Napoleonics if I wanted. We still have faith in some of you. Don't take this the wrong way. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, Alex. Okay, we'll keep it cordial. Get any hobbying in, Alex? Any hobbies? I don't think I've talked to you in about a month, actually, now that I think about it. You've been away. Oh, life is beautiful, isn't it? This hobby just magnifies everything. Fantastic. Just wish my blade was a little sharper. La da da, da 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 da. Tra la 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 la. So I'll make another building here that's going to be the mid-level in size. I hope it's big enough to fit my medium bases. Fingers crossed. Okay. I mean, by the looks of it, it's just gonna fit. So, I don't know. That's gonna be a tight one. We'll see. I'm gonna be depressed. In fact, you know what? Let's put this one together right now. Just so I know. Now, what I do, this one's gonna have 2 stories. So we are going to cut this in the middle like that. That's going to be our level 1 and 2 floors. We're going to throw this together real quick. There's our level 1 and level 2. And then we got to cut the peak off the roof, because I've discovered that is immensely useful to do so. So we got that. And we've got this one. Okay, so let's cut them. Let's see how quick we could throw this together. Is that right? Let me double check this. That looks like it's a little off. Yeah, let's redo this. I got it a little slanted. Can't have that going on. Slanted houses. I'll have to be mindful of that. Okay, that's a little better. Now let's cut. Okay, let's cut the peak. Okay, so there's the first, second floors and the peak for the roof. Okay. And we got the peak on this one. Maybe I'll talk rules. Let's talk rules for Dragonbane as I do this. I'll give you something different to talk about. Boy, that's off. Something is off here. Really off. What happened? Alright, that screwed it up. This one right here. This one. Yeah, I screwed this up. This freaking prototype is off. Damn. Let's see if I could somehow salvage something here. These are off. Walter, what are you doing? Stop bullying him. Go on. Hey, go on. Get. Hold on. Oh, it's like having kids. Yeah, this is screwed up. Damn it. I'm gonna have to cut another piece. They're all kind of off. Wow. That's frustrating. All four of them. I have no clue why that happened. This one here is cut lopsided or something. Fortunately, I got backups. Oh no, that's a different one. It's this one, so this is a whole different thing here. That's why it didn't work. I don't think I'm going to use them. I used the wrong template to measure these. I don't want to cut this though. Alright, so what I'm going to do is save these for walls. I messed that up. I was using a different template and not this one to measure these walls. So they're all screwed up. And I don't want it to be too messed up, especially this one. Well, let me see. I think I know why it's messed up now. Actually, I still could use these now that I'm looking at it. So I know why that happened. All right, you know what? We're going to use these. We're going to go with this. We're going to go with this. I know what I did wrong. Happy little mistakes. That's what we're talking about here. Well said, Alex. We don't talk politics here, of course. And I know a lot of folks in Scandinavia love to talk politics. But of course we don't do that. Has no place in this community, honestly, because we're all gamers and we're all collected together for the single purpose of having a great time together. I have a lot of folks I don't agree with politically, but we're great friends. You know why? Because we don't talk politics. We move on and we enjoy the things that we share together. None of us are politicians, right? I don't know, but growing up, folks, politics has always been a very personal thing for me, so I don't often share my political views on things, and I don't recommend you do otherwise as well. It's just not a thing. It's always a deep personal thing. But this day and age, people love to spew politics everywhere they go in our hobby. I am not an activist. I don't put activism in my games or in my hobby. I, of course, don't put it in my community chats either. We don't do that. What's the point? So we're going to move on. And we're going to talk about crafting little buildings in 15 mil. Because that's what we do. And I'm having problems here. My cat is bullying Cooper. Knock it off. Again, it's like having kids. Something I opted out of a long time ago. Stop. Now, with this in mind, let us put these together. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I have to cut these right here. I didn't do this. Stop it. Come on, Coop. Come on in. Come on. I hope I don't mess this up. Got me all thrown off. I'm trying to focus here. Let's keep the focus. Yeah, I gotta... Give me a second, folks. I gotta pause. All right, let me pick up where I left off. Let's try and draw a straight edge here. Right there. Damn, this is a little tricky. I'm gonna have to measure this. Alright, it's right there, 2 inches, exactly 2 inches. We're coming in from the side, right there. 2 inches. Okay. Okay, with that, let's put that on the template. Line it up. Boy, this almost turned into a disaster here. Right there. Alright, let's cut this. And we'll use this as a template for the other piece. The other pieces. We're making the walls and the front and back of the building. That's what we're doing right here. Okay. Hopefully this will line up for us. Okay. Looks good. Looks good. That's the first floor. Second floor. Do. Let's just use this. Line it up. Okay. All right. Am I doing this right? No, I'm not doing it right. No, I'm doing it right. I am off my game here. Okay, now let's have a look-see. Make sure we got these right. These two go together. These two are going to go together. These should fine. These are a little off. Let me see, why is that off? These two, and these two. Well, I guess that's right. That's good enough. Alright, so we got two buildings there. Or no, this is one building. What am I thinking? How you doing, Chris? First pool is done. Lost City of... I can't read. I got these damn things on my head. Kurt is building a city, I see. I should have about 6-7 buildings. Small little village. Curtonia indeed. La da 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 da. Alright, let's put these together. Let's see what happens. I gotta make sure it's gonna fit. Let's see. That's gonna be tight for that one base. I'm gonna have to put it like that. Just big enough for a team on each floor, so this building will hold a squad. It's just what we want. Let's grab the glue. Fantastic. Happy little mistakes. Looks cockeyed. God damn it. Put that in there. Put this on the back. Oh, Alex, it's so wonderful. It's so perfect. It's so perfect. Yeah, that base will fit right in there. Boy, that is snug. That's a little too snug, actually. Got a little snug going on, Alex. Do you hear me, Alex? A little snug. We're going to have to put these walls out a little bit. So you know what? The base is next, Alex. You ready? We're going to do a base next, Alex. Prepare thyself, mein Freunde. We're going to make a nice little basage for our little building. I'm going to make this special for Alex. This is going to be his little home. He's going to dwell inside. Somewhere in the French countryside is Alex's little cottage, where he has a little farm. Some sheep, maybe. Some lamb. Living the peaceful life in the French countryside he is. Could be so perfect. Not a care in the world. Look at that, El Perfecto. So what I'm going to have to do here is I'm going to have to take these inside walls and kind of push them out just a little bit, more than I should be, just so I can fit my base in there perfectly. This is Alex's little cottage. He demands perfection. He demands perfection. Now, let's be real careful here. There we go, Alex. You're all set, mein Freunde. The only thing is, I'm not sure this is going to work the way I want it to. If I close the walls up a little bit, the way it should be, how bad is that? Can I get away with that? Aw, man, I forgot to cut the windows and the doors. Ah! Oh, no. It's too tight. All right, break it down. Gotta break it down. I got no choice. I got to put the doors in. Son of a... Oh, totally off my game since last night. I'm pushing too hard. I'm racing through this, and I shouldn't be. I need to relax again. I just want to get this done. I want to see the results of my labor. Gotta slow down. Keep forgetting things. Ay, ay, ay. I was doing this last night, too. Alright, so I gotta take a pause here again. Totally forgot the doors and windows. I could have just put little frames instead of cutting them. Why did I make this so small? Yeah, I'd make a list and then I wouldn't read it. I'm trying to race through this thing. Because the whole idea is you're supposed to be able to make this really quick and easy. That's the whole thing. But I'm neglecting things, and that's where you make mistakes. And I'm also frustrated because it's too small. But I'm not going to do it all over again. This is just one building. So the next one, maybe I'll make a little bit bigger. Right? This is one building, right? Yeah. I think. So Chris, here's the original one. I got it all glued. And this is done. You can see what I did here. I put little, in the corners, I put these little foam pegs. This is for the roof. That goes right on there. It's a little snug, actually, this one. What's that? And then this goes on the first floor, which has pegs on it as well. pretty damn good. Now, I might do the pegs different next time, because I like the idea of it being like a lip that just stretches along here, instead of just little pegs sticking up in the corners. It seems like this would wear out quicker. I got this coated in glue and everything, so it's nice and solid. And if I want it to fit less snug, I could take a little file and round these corners or something. Because I just want it to be on there to steady it and keep it from like slopping around. It doesn't have to be snug. When I spackle or when I texture this, I'm just going to do it while it's together. And I put watered down white glue all along the foam part of the core. And the paper on the doors, it's all covered with white glue to make it solid. Yeah, it's pretty good, man. I'm very happy with this. And check this out. I didn't realize, but I get a single story just by putting that on. Look at that. Look at that. We've got a... Ooh, it's crooked there. There's a little... That's a little single story. Look at that. That's got a little gap there. But that's pretty cool. A little single story out of it. So there's a little dual purpose there. Yeah. Yeah. I like it. Yeah, it seems to be. Got a dull blade I'm working with, though. I could see it. It's digging up the foam. Hmm. Going through my settings here on the channel. That's interesting. Sorry, folks. Yeah, I sharpen my blades too. Oh. Alright, let's get back to this. Yeah, that's pretty damn tight for that base. I'm not happy about that. This is only one building though, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a special push out. I'm going to push out the inside walls just a little bit to be able to facilitate the base going in, because then it's not so bad. But if I make a second one of these, I'm going to have to keep that in mind and make this a little bigger. It's too tight. What the hell, man? What's the matter with me? I mean, when I made these, I made them for Flames of War bases. Why did I let that get so tight there? No need for that. Bad. God damn. Hey Chris, I'll be here for a little bit. Chris Long, everybody. Chris Long. God. is getting dull. This is getting hard to work with now. This is terrible. I'm just off my game, man. I think I need a break. Normally I just, okay, let's go sharpen the blade right now. No, I don't want to. I want to work with this knife. I'm too lazy to get up right now. I don't want to do it. I'm going to push on. Happy little mistakes. Not exactly the smartest way to do things. But yeah, I'm off my game. What is happening? Alright, there's all the windows and doors and whatnot for the first floor. It's only got one door in it. Maybe I should put a second one. Let's see, can I make that window a door? Let's make that window a door instead of a window. Okay, so we got the first floor. Let's put this together again. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Ah! Maybe I shouldn't put a second floor on this. Maybe I should just have it like this. You know, maybe that's what I'm going to do. Screw it. Because this is too small anyway. You know, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Let me see. No, I did that wrong. I'm doing stuff wrong here constantly. This goes here. Come on, man. Like this. I think I do need a break, though. I should take a break from painting and crafting. Maybe focus on my RPGs for a little bit, like a week or something. Take a break. Nope, that's wrong. I gotta do it here. Because everything I'm doing here is a mistake. So this building is just going to be a single story. It's going to fit my bases perfectly. yeah, because I kind of have to make it wider inside, so it's gonna, it would be difficult, it would be tricky to put the second level on. It would have to be also pushed out. I'm taking these sides here, and I'm, instead of lining them up with the other front and back, making it flush, I have to pull it out a little bit so there's more internal space for the base, just a little bit. I mean, the base will fit as is, but it's too snug for my liking. So we're gonna make a little extra space. For some reason this is really tall here. I'm gonna have to raise this up. Oh. This piece is cockeyed. Alright, we fixed that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a break for a week. So this is done. All you gotta do is the roof. These pieces I might not use for this purpose because I want the building to be bigger. I'll use this for something else. But I need the peak, which should fit. Perfect. So there's the peak that we make the roof out of. And that was really easy to do if you remember yesterday. Yeah, the architect, right? Making some buildings. Oh, this might work. I think this will be our roof. How you doing, Dennis? Ready to play some Dragonbane? I've been reading the rules when I can. I didn't read last night. I was too freaking tired. Stayed up till 5 o'clock in the morning. Oh, it's all coming back to me. So we'll be meeting up and having some sessions very shortly. And see who else I could rope into playing. Right now it's just us three. Jesse's too busy. I don't want to bother him. That said, he will be playing. Yeah, so it's just us three at the moment until I start pulling people in. By force if necessary. And I think I will take a break from working on the village and everything else just for a week or something to give myself time to breathe. Maybe not a week, I don't know, a few days. Because my project is done, for the most part. But I'm just jumping into the village now, which I don't need to do. But I'm kind of pulling it into the project because, yeah, we'll have a village for our first game. Our first real game with infantry again. So, that's part of the project now. I'd be happy just to get one building on the table. I got one done. I'm going to get this one done. So I do have 2 buildings. So maybe I should just be happy with that. And take the rest of the week off from crafting and painting. Maybe do the decals on the tanks, but just lay back a little bit. I need a breather. What do you think? Let's take a vote. Probably don't have enough watchers at the moment, but we're going to do a vote. We're going to do a vote. You ready for this? Stupid thing. I can't even spell. Good enough. Painting and a shaking. Maybe I'll focus on my Dragon Bane. I'll definitely do that. Maybe actually play some Flames of War. Or something. Get some games in of something. Stop. Stop. Snaggletooth. Well, if you want me to burn out, watch me deteriorate. It's 50-50. Half of you want me to go on a break, and the other half no. Keep pushing. 2 people. How many votes is that? 2. I can see you guys are split. Better to burn out than fade away. Rock and roll, baby, rock and roll. They look like little desert buildings, don't they? Little Sudan. Yeah, take a few days off, right? What's going on over there in Discord land? Ryan and his caltrop. Jokage. D4s. The runes demand I make terrain this evening. What do you got there? Got some... Is that mounting board or what is that? Did you cut that with mounting? Let's take a look at that. You got all kinds of good stuff on there on the screen. Let's see what we got there. Turnip 28. Be led by the dreams in your heart. That's a nice quote. Let's leave that up there. Let's take a look at what we got here. JJ. If I could find the right screen. Here we go. What is this now? Got some olive drab and some moss green and sage green. Water tint. What is that? Does that tint water effects? Do you got some water effects here? Little tints for your water? That's nice. Woodland Scenics. Realistic resin water. Ah, so you add these in there. That's not a bad price. Is that $8.99? It's not bad for 8 fluid ounces. Okay. Nice. Boy, you're all set, brother. And we got some AK Wargame Terrain. Plague Ground. I can see what you're going for here. Is this cork? Got some cork. Looks like cork. Oh, there's guys in the background there. What's that? I see guys hiding in the shadows. They're dark and black. Can't make them out. Are they sci-fi guys? Not sure. Green Stuff World. Alright. Little cork. And these look like you should get your sleep, Jess. You're gonna collapse. This looks like that what is that called? It's not MDF, it's the... No, I know what it is. We all know what that is. Baseboard. I use this for my terrain too. When I can. Little pool. All right, very good. Let's make the roof. I don't want to take a break. I'm gonna make a roof. How did I do this before? I forgot what to do. I did. I forgot how to do this. Was I using this? I think so. Or was I using this? Doop doo. I forgot what I did. I forgot. That's why I need to take breaks, because I start making mistakes. I forget what I'm doing. Let me see here. Let's make it 1 1/4 inches. So 2.5. 2.5 inches. Stop. 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 Don't be a wacky little dog. No. No wackiness allowed. Two and a half. And, oh, that's perfect, actually. That's exactly where I need to cut the middle. 1 1/4 inches. Wow, that's ironic. I don't know if this is... What'd I say? 2.5? Yeah, 2.5 inches. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing here. That's gonna be 2... That's too big. It's a little too small, do you think? Maybe? 2.5 inches the other way too? 2.5 inches. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Oh, I don't even know if this is right. Well, we'll eyeball it. We got this. We got this. We got this. We're gonna rock and roll and hoochie coo. It doesn't look square to me. Looks crooked. Yeah, that's way off. What the heck am I doing wrong here? 2.5. 2.5. This needs to be a little bit bigger. Boy, is that off. Damn. The struggle is real, folks. Alright, there's 2.5 right there. That should be good this way. And that's another 2.5 plus 1/8. I added a little. Yeah, this should be okay. Let's find the center point here. Right there. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. Does that look right? Looks good enough to me. Good enough to me. Again, when you're making these, you don't have to have perfect measurements and stuff. Nothing has to be perfect. Shouldn't be perfect. be realistic. This one we want to score. We don't want to cut through it totally. This side here, we're going to cut all the way through. This is our roof, by the way. We're just joining in. See what Fritz is up to today. Working on my village. There it is. There's our roof. Let's see if I cut this right. Oh, that's right. I had to measure to this. So it fits. See, I totally forgot what I was doing. Numbhead. Actually, I think it's going to fit anyway. Actually, it won't. It's too... Oh, man. I quit. I quit. I can't believe it. I'm going to have to cut this shorter. Oh, ay, ay, ay. I really goofed that up. See, I can't get this. I'm totally off my game. Being a numbhead. No, I'm not even sure that's going to fit. Might be too small. Yeah, it is too small. Of course it is. I screwed this up. I made the roof too small. I didn't take into... This is the measurement for the roof. This. If you remember yesterday, that's the way I did it. I just totally... I'm not thinking. Now this, I cut it too short. Now it's not going to fit on here. So, yeah, it's all screwed up. Totally screwed up. This roof will fit though, but I gotta cut a new peak. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Does this guy fit at least? Yeah, he's perfect. So how do I cut this peak? What I'm gonna have to do, let me see. I want it like that. That's a pretty long peak. Let me see if I could duplicate this angle. Okay. Actually, is this going to fit on here? Because remember, this is cut funny. I did this a little different. So I'm not sure how this is going to... really look. I don't know. Well, we're going to have to see. Alright, so that's what it should look like. Does that look right? Well, whatever. Let's cut it and see what happens. That's my motto. That's how I rumble. That's how I roll. You guys must love this, right? It's like everything is spontaneous. Oh, jeez. Where's the building? God, it's perfect. All right, let's do another one. Use this as a template. Just cut it out real quick. All right. That looks right, I guess. I guess I'll put a window in there, at least on the one side. Okay, there it is. There's number 2. Let's put a window in here, just a little tiny one. God, I can't cut into this. Somebody needs to sharpen those blades. Yes, I do. Bunk. All right, that's good. All right, let's put this together. Damn it. Can't believe you guys are voting the way you're voting. Actually divided. There are no breaks. You must push on to the bitter end. So that's all I'm going to do with this building. Once this dries, I'll cut out the inside of this a little bit. If I have to. I might not have to, actually. And I'll put the little pegs in. We got ourselves another roof. I wonder if this will fit this one. Nah, not at all. Not at all. Peg it and forget it. Did you see the one I did there, Dented, yesterday? Oh, it's got little corner pegs on it to hold the upper story. This one, I did this easy. That wasn't bad at all, but this frickin' one today is just a disaster. I'm cutting them too long. I'm using the wrong template. Blah, blah, blah. Get to building, Fritz, or I'll send out the order to those black primed painted minis to do their jobs. They're cut up clipboard. Cut up clipboards, yeah. From Dollar Tree. Geez, you didn't even go to Lowe's or something to get them. I thought you might have. But yeah, the frickin' clipboards. That'll work. Huh. Glad I asked the Oracle. Yeah, there you go. There you go. How do you like that? Rock and roll, brother. Progress. Feels good. The first direct hit by a mortar fire blows it up. I'm going to do that too. I'm going to make some alternate levels and roofs to put on these. So when there's a vicious attack with some high explosives or something, we're going to remove the roof and replace it with something more dastardly. Yeah, that'll be cool, right? Because why not? It's easy to do. I don't know. After today, everything's a challenge. Just one of those days is all. One of those. Uh-huh. Kaplink. Yeah, it could have been out a little bit more. Yeah, it's a little... Let me see, can I still budge this? Can I still slide this over a little? Do I want to do that? Maybe a little bit. Do I want to do that? Just a little bit. That's better. Did I put a rubber band on this last night? Let me see. I think I did. All right, let it alone, man. Where's my base? Here they are. Pop right in there. I gotta put paper behind these windows and stuff. So let's do that. Definitely easier doing the single stories. This thing, by the way, Dennis, in case you didn't see the whole thing, it's a double story. It could also be a single story. Just pops on there like that. You got the roof. Pops on there. I'll sand these down a little bit. File them down a little. I think this one side has a gap. I'll have to keep that in mind when I spackle. Dunk. It goes on like that. Yeah. They're big enough to hold one base each. These are a little too snug, so I'm going to have to kind of file these a little bit so it goes on a lot smoother. It's just got to hold it from, flopping around. That's all we want. And it functions as a single story too. So yeah, I could easily make another roof and put damage in it. Or not have a roof and just make a second story that's all battle damaged along the walls and the floor a little bit. And you could just replace it. I mean, that's worth doing because I could use all these pieces. I could just put this on the table if it was ruined, and it could be ruins. So I could use everything. Except maybe a blown out roof. I'd have to put that on something. Yeah, pretty nice. So I did this yesterday. Pretty much flawlessly. And this little thing was a disaster. Oh my God. Almost a disaster. I thought about toothpicks. I thought about toothpicks. I got toothpicks and I could slide them in there. I'm definitely going to experiment with different things to hold them in place. Originally, I wanted a longer lip here. Instead of these little dobs in the corners, I wanted to put a long one here and a long one over here. And a little tiny one here and a little tiny one there. But I decided to go with this because I don't want the bases being too tight going in. And that would definitely be an issue if I put one all the way along here. Unless it was thin card. So I did it this way for this model. Toothpicks, I could do. Maybe you could stick them right in the foam. They're kind of small though, and you got to line them up with the holes. I don't want to be doing that. I mean, you could make a hole and just put watered white glue in it, and keep the hole in there. And then the top part would just have holes. It would probably damage and fall apart because you're going to get it in a different space there in this foam. So I don't know. This works right now. We'll try something new next time, I think. Well, this is next time. Let's do the windows and doors. We're going to take a little piece of paper. And we're going to glue that on the inside behind the doors and windows. We're going to stick that on there. So we got a nice surface for the window and the door. And when it's dry, we'll give it a watered down white glue treatment over top of the paper to make it nice and hard. It's awesome. It's awesome. Blink. There we go. Got another door over here. Beautiful. Got one more for the roof. It's got a little attic or high point in it. Let's put a little paper behind that. Ba-boom. There we go. Rock and roll. Something went good today. Woohoo! All right, that's done. Tomorrow I'll do the little pegs. I got to carve out the inside of the roof here a little bit. Maybe. I'm not sure if I do or not in this case. It helps it to set in place. Maybe you could see what I did there. See how I kind of gutted this whole space here? So it's much thinner. If you look at the thickness of the roof there compared to the thickness it normally was, yeah, I kind of gutted it a little bit and it created this long lip, you could say, in there, which kind of holds it in place, as well as the pegs. Simple enough to do. So I got to do that on here. Just carve that out. Shh. The inside. Shh. And that's it, really. Let me take this rubber band off. It's a little too tight. Yeah, actually, I don't have to gut it. That's actually perfect. Is it? That'll work, I think. Well, whatever. Alright, so that's enough with the buildings today. Ay, ay, ay. This is ready for spackling. Well, first, I want to make sure it fits. Might do a little filing, and then we'll spackle it. Then when that's dry, we'll make sure it still fits proper, and maybe a little filing, a little more. That's it. Just little things. Little things. This is 2 small buildings made for small bases. So I'll do these next. These are real small. Geez, I guess they're the same size as this. Now that I'm looking at it. Yeah, so these are literally the same thing I'm making here. Except it's a different template I used. This one. So that means this is essentially this doubled, going up. That's how I must have made it. That's interesting. Huh. And these cut out perfect. So maybe this could be either 2 small buildings like this, or maybe I can just make this one a second floor. Like this was originally. I could do that. Huh. I don't know. What do you think? Another disaster waiting to happen? Hi, James. 7:22. Oh. Got another building here. Just a little guy. You guys are brutal. There are no breaks for Fritz. None. You guys are brutal. God almighty. I don't know. Nobody wants me to take a break. I'm making all kinds of mistakes and frustration today, doing a simple little building. I'm just cutting wrong. I'm measuring wrong. I had to improvise to salvage this one. I'm thinking, oh, I need a frickin' break for a few days, maybe a week, just a few days. I didn't take one after finishing all those those infantry. But everybody seems to think I'm wimping out. There are no breaks for Fritz. You shall push on until you drop. till I can't make nothing anymore. You guys like to see me. You tortured me. You like to see me struggle here. That's what it is. Little struggles. You know I get wacky. He's nearing his crafting end. Needs sabbatical. There's no breaks in wargaming. Paint more, faster. Heresy. Well, there you go. That's that. James will do me right. He'll vote in there. I'll make sure he does me right. Right, James? He'll take care of me. This base needs a little bit of filing. Got a little crazy there. Ay, ay, ay. I am a dedicated wargamer. I craft, I paint, I work for days, weeks, and months at a time. Barely enough time to breathe. So I would ask you, Gemini, is it worth taking a break for a few days in between, say, projects? What do you say, Gemini?
Ah, the life of a wargamer. The endless crafting, painting, and strategizing. It's a labor of love, for sure. But even the most dedicated among us need a break sometimes. Think of it like this. A few days away from the hobby can actually do wonders for your creativity. You might come back with fresh eyes, new ideas, and a renewed passion for your next project. Plus, a little rest is important for avoiding burnout. What do you think?
Well, it's not just up to me. It's up to the folks who watch me live, as you know. It seems the voting is going... well, so far it's going the way of taking a break, as opposed to not taking a break. What do you say to that, Gemini? Huh? Don't know what to say?
Well, there you have it. The people have spoken. It sounds like a break is in order. Maybe use this time to catch up on some hobby-related videos, browse for inspiration, or just relax and recharge. You'll come back to your projects with a fresh perspective, I'm sure of it.
Lies, all lies, say some folks about you, Gemini. Are you telling me the truth? Should I really take a break?
Absolutely. Taking breaks is crucial for avoiding burnout and maintaining your passion. It allows you to return to your hobby with a fresh perspective and renewed energy. Think of it as an investment in your long-term enjoyment of wargaming.
Napoleon didn't take a break. What do you say about that?
Ah, Napoleon. A military genius, no doubt, but even he wasn't invincible. History tells us that his relentless campaigns eventually led to exhaustion, and, ultimately, his downfall. There's a lesson there, wouldn't you say?
Let me ponder. Thanks, James. I appreciate that. It gives me a little chutzpah there. Maybe I won't take a break. Maybe I'll push on a little extra day or two. There we go. Ka-ching. Thanks, James. I don't know, folks. I don't know. Silicon tart. Could always change your voice. Nah, the $5 was so you could go buy soda and put your feet up. Good thinking, good thinking. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, 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 ay. So I stayed up till 5 o'clock a.m. last night, waiting for Jesse to come home. And I guess it's a 13-hour drive, so he should have been home by then. But I figured, he must have took a break or something, which he did. They stopped for like a few hours and took a break, so we didn't get home till like 11 a.m. this morning. Oh. So I got to meet his girlfriend and her daughter and their cat. So he got 3 cats over there now. Yeah. Little 9-year-old girl the same age as Jake, which is kind of cool. She made me dinner. And it was outstanding. Imagine that. I have to tell Jake, you're going to have to start learning how to cook. Come on, what's going on here? Holy smokes. So yeah, that's what he did all night. He got rained out on his camp. So they stayed there for 2 nights and decided, let's get out of here. Mudsville has arrived, which makes sense. Yeah. So Jesse made it home safe. All is good in the world. Now I imagine they're all sleeping like whatever sleeps really good. Something I know nothing of. So maybe I'll slow my pace down a little bit. I won't take no week-long break or anything because I want to get this going. I want to keep it going. I'm enjoying it. But I'll slow the pace down. Maybe take a day off from stream. Maybe work on my Dragonbane or something for a day or something like that. I just got to slow down. I'm pushing this too hard for some reason. I'm making all kinds of mistakes. It's turning out really good, James. I got the little pegs on there. Got the edges all glued nice, sealed. It fits pretty good. I'll have to sand it a little bit after I spackle. There's that, and then the roof goes on. That's going to need a little sanding. It's a little tight there. The heck is that? A little tight, a little gap there. Not sure what that gap is from. What is that? Yeah, that don't fit right. I'm gonna have to sand that. Yeah. Yeah, but that's pretty good. Look at that. And it fits. So that actually turned out really good. And I can make it a single story just by putting the roof on this part. Clink. And there's a single story. And this one's just a single story. I just got to put the pegs on. Takes a little longer to do this, you know, because you got the removable roof thing going on. But it's so worth it to me. Yeah, I could drop them in there. Peekaboo. So that makes a difference in my games. Again, I'm trying to do things different this time around, and that's one thing that's different. And they're all handmade, not even 3D printed. This is going to be 2 single-story buildings, pretty much like this, only probably a little smaller for single small bases. So I got 2 buildings here. And I don't know what this is for, but I'm going to do a couple more buildings yet. I think I'll have about 6 or 7 buildings in all for this little village. And then I'm going to make some walls out of this stuff. I'll show you. That's going to be fun to make. Really easy. There's going to be little capstones that I'm going to use thin cardboard out of to put on the tops. And there's going to be little random cardboard stones along the side. Spackled and textured. And I'll put them on a popsicle stick or something. So I'm going to make some of those walls. And I got to make some blown out buildings. And when I do that, I'm going to make some alternate roofs for these buildings I made. So I could turn this building also into a ruin if I want. So I'm going to do that. So we're going to make some specific ruined pieces and some extra blown out walls and stories or whatever, roofs for the buildings that I just made. So I'm going to get a lot of variety with this. Just get some rest so your craft is optimal. Excellent. Fritz, check this. Primary official source for new kin options in Dragonbane is the bestiary, which adds 9 playable kin. Yeah, I have the bestiary. The bestiary's in there. I'll have to go and see if it's available to view. I'll do that now. Do. Festung. Oops. Oh. Oh, I see your work there. I'm going to show that off, JJ. Death Wizards. You just did them now? That's awesome, man. Progress. Let's go back to this briefly. Take a little look-see. I want to see if I can... So, let me open this up. Go to journal entries. Bestiary. Nightkin. Rarekin. Insectoids. Trolls. Giants. Beasts. Undead. Dragons. Demons. Preface. So where is the... Let me go to this. This is the bestiary. I don't know why I'm looking at this. Where in here is the new races you can play? Yeah, that's not described there. Where is it? Rarekin? Is that it? No. Where the heck is it in here? Let me go back to actors real quick and look at, well, here's the bestiary. Yeah, that's the stuff. Rules, solo adventures. Am I in the right directory? I think so. Rules. Go on rules. There's bestiary. Pre-gen characters. Common animals, bestiary, demon. Where the heck is this? Alright, wait a minute. Let's go to items. Items is where all the rules are. Abilities, kin. Let's look under kin. Cat people, frog people, goblins, hobgoblins. This is it right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's in the kin folder of items from the bestiary. So if you want to be a cat person, you drag cat person to your sheet. But you have to have access to it. Let me see if you can read this. No, I don't want that. I want permissions. I can't see. See, I can't think. I'm really numb-headed today. What's going on? Configure ownership of the kin folder. It says no change, but I don't know what the default is, so I'm going to put it at observer. Let's see if it saves that. It's set to observer as default. What does it say here? Data account ownership is not mapping to user IDs. Oh, I don't know what that is about. So I guess it didn't work. Yeah, it says none. Alright, so let me do this manually then instead of the folder. Let's see if I can make cat people observable. We'll set the default at observer. There. You should be able to see that now. Frog people. I gotta do this for the all of them. Observer. Goblins. I don't want people playing goblins, but still, I can make it an option. Let's set the default to observer. Hobgoblin. Observer. Was that a Karkion? What is that? I'm not even sure what that is. Observer. Again, this is in items. You should see it. There should be a folder called kin. You might be able to see bestiary. You should be able to. If not, I gotta figure out that. Ogre. Well, who the hell's gonna play an ogre? Come on. But still, that's an option. Orc. And satyr. And satire. Alright, so you should have access to that folder. You should. I could always log in as one of you guys and see if it works for you. I'm old school with my PCs. F-gobos as players. I agree. Rarekin. I mean, it might make sense, right? Let's say you're having an adventure, you go through an encounter and you capture some goblins, or one of the goblins is still alive. For whatever reason, you capture a goblin. You take him prisoner. You got him at your camp and he's tied up. Let's say some time goes by and one of the PCs dies. There's an opportunity, a fun opportunity, an interesting opportunity. For whatever reason, maybe the goblin was kind of positive towards you guys in some way, maybe. But we all agreed, you know what? Let's let Denid run him. He wants to run the goblin. That'll be his new PC. Well, here we got rules for that. Maybe with a little adjustment, like maybe he doesn't have all his weapons and stuff that he would normally come with, or whatever. And suddenly we're playing with the goblin, and Denid really likes it. It's really good in the story. We're having a blast with him. He survives. He ends up being heroic in a way, although distrusted by, say, Double J, his character. But it's fun, and we keep playing with him. So there's a great reason to bring him in. You know, if it makes sense. That's how I normally would do it. It's got to be a good reason. And that's the old school way of looking at it, right? At least in my opinion. But the option's there if you want to look at the rules for them and how they relate as a PC. You should be able to see it now and check it out if you want. If it's visible to you, I don't know. His name will be Squibbles. Wow, 7 votes. 57% said take a break. 43% said not a chance. Really? Are you kidding? Really? Wow. Brutal. Scribbling nonsense in the mud. I'm more curious than anything. Well, let me know if you can see them now. They're in the items folder. I don't know what subfolders you're going to be able to view, but it's on my end. It's in items, bestiary, and then whatever that said. I can't read that. What does it say? Bestiary and kin. I've played with the cat people before. They're fun. You can play a cat folk. Or even a frog folk. They're good. Because they're around, you know? Maybe a satyr. I don't know. They're probably evil in this. Gods of the underworld. Yeah. They give you a little ability, like all the kin do. Just a little racial ability that you get. Nothing major. I can see the options, Fritz. Danke. Good. So at least I know it works. Yeah, feel free to just toy around with it and make a whole bunch of characters if you want. Get used to it. And what we'll do is when I'm up for it and you guys are up for it, we'll overview the stuff, how it works, and then we'll have some combat. I'll take you on a little adventure. In fact, I'll put up a map and we'll just... One of the great things about this particular game, and really any old school game, but this game in particular, I brought a couple folks in to learn the game, and we literally just started messing around, telling a story and improving stuff. We were playing a ton of sessions, one after the other, just making stuff up. And it all made sense and it was easy. So maybe we'll do something like that just to learn the game and get the flow. And we'll just take those characters that you're happy with and we'll glide them in to the campaign. The Misty Val campaign. Which is a fun campaign. It's literally... I don't want to spoil anything. I don't want to get your hopes up or shatter anything. But it's a big old map of a place. And it's got all these, essentially, originally they were designed as one-shots. You know, Dragonbane is great for one-shots. Fantastic. And the campaign is essentially a bunch of different one or two shots that are tied together by this storyline. And map. So it's not like, well, so... Yeah, I think that's enough. I'm not going to say anymore, which is pretty standard, right? And I won't say anymore. We'll let it go with that. But it'll be enjoyable. Good fun. Scribbles in the game. Scribbles and his brother Squabbles. Is it in Mythgard? No. It's under Mirth and Mayhem. There's a channel. You guys have access to it. Anyone playing in the game will have access to it. This campaign is called Mirth and Mayhem. So there's a voice channel associated with it, which is what we'll use to play games. We'll all go in that voice room. And there's also a text channel called Mirth and Mayhem. And that's where you can just, whatever you want, talk about the game. Whoever plays is going to be able to talk in there. And you could role play, whatever. Talk about scheduling, whatever. That's typically how I organize my games in Discord. Some of you folks already know this, but I usually create a voice channel and a text channel specifically for that campaign so that those players who have access to it can, talk about it and play in the voice chat. Was there something I was going to... Oh, yeah, let's go back to... Let's go to StreamYard. Not StreamYard, Discord, sorry. So let's check these out. JJ just did these. Fantastic. Just chatting here. That's what I love to see, man. That's great. That's motivating to me. Getting things done while chatting here. Makes it worthwhile for me. Got the sticks, got the stones, got the water effects going on. Yeah, that's pretty effective, that stuff. What is that, an 8-ounce bottle? It's like it goes far. Yeah, that's how it's done. Lots of greenery and moss, sickly colored. Oops. And he did that today with just this stuff right here. Look at that. All that. Is this what you got the ground with? That greens? Yeah. Let me look at it again. So I'd be using spackle or something. He used that stuff, and there it is. That green perimeter there, that's all that stuff. It looks wet and nasty. So no paint involved. Huh. When you create a character, when you choose your profession, there's a little table you can roll on or choose that gives you your starting equipment and extra coins. You pick one of those, and it should populate your character sheet by dragging it to it, or if it's a roll, by rolling it. It should be an automatic function. Otherwise, normally it's drag and drop. Just go to items, equipment. Oh, there's a short sword. I want to buy one of those with my extra coins. Okay, mark off the 10 silver or whatever and drag it to your character sheet. Everything's drag and drop. You don't have to hand type anything. It's drag and drop. But your starting equipment is based on your profession. Once you choose your profession, among other things, you'll have the option to roll or choose your package of equipment. And it comes with, there are different options. You pick one and roll it. And it should populate it automatically if you roll it. Otherwise, just drag it to your sheet. Boom, you're all good. You got a new picture up there. What did it do? There's a little JJ. Oh, there he is. Telling it like it is. Watch out. Let's go to his equipment. Inventory. I don't know why this says new weapon and new armor. You're supposed to have stuff in here. Let me look at dented helmet. Inventory. Yeah, there's nothing in there. What's going on? What's going on, man? Don't fret too much about this. You know, feel free to read it up and do whatever you want. But I'm going to go over all of this with you guys so you know exactly what the heck is going on. So don't worry. It's all going to be covered. But if you have questions, let me know. Remember, I'm in the process of reading the rules right now myself, getting it all refreshed. Suddenly, out of nowhere, through the rocks, there appears two little melon-headed creatures, green and there's that word again, snaggly looking. Ha! Humans, kill them! So what happens now is we go into combat mode. I put you in the combat tracker. It's as simple as this. You're now in the combat tracker. How do you access the combat tracker? The combat tracker is what keeps track of your initiative. If you look to the right, under the icons, where there's the chat bubble and the items directory and the actors directory, there's some crossed swords. That little crossed swords is the initiative tracker. If you click on that, that'll take you to the initiative. Now, mind you, you could also, here's a little neat trick. All these little icons on the right side of the screen can also be right-clicked on. When you right-click on one of these icons, for instance, the combat tracker, it creates a separate new little window of that directory. This is extremely useful if you want to right-click on the initiative tracker and move it around conveniently on the screen to where it can always be visible, which means that over here you could click on the chat bubble and keep the chat visible at all times, which that's where the die roll results are put. That's where people can write things to each other if they want. That's typically something you always want visible. So during gameplay, keep it on the chat area. And whenever you need to access a different directory, it would probably be more convenient to right-click on that little icon. Pretty nifty, huh? Ah. So anyway, that's the initiative tracker right there. And when we're ready, I will click a button that says Begin the Encounter. And when I do that, it will draw the initiative dice to see who goes first and second and third and fourth. So I just drew them. And first up is going to be JJ with a 12, followed by Sir Dented Helmet with a 13, followed by a Goblin Scout, who's also 13, and followed by Goblin Scout number 2, who's a 17. So this changes every round of combat, a round being 10 seconds. and those cards are refreshed and redrawn. Okay? So JJ would go first. He would move, take his action. And when he's done, it goes to Sir Dennet Helmet, who moves, takes an action, and then it goes to the Goblin if he's still alive. So essentially, that's how initiative in combat works. When the combat is over, I will close this. I will end the encounter. And it's over. Everyone's taken out of the tracker. Pretty fun, huh? Works fantastic. Now, the game is always paused by default. I can unpause it and you can move around. It's as simple as that. The game is now unpaused. That means you can actually move your token on the map. You can move your token by left-clicking on your token and dragging it to where you want to go. You can also use the up, down, left, right arrows on your keyboard to move. How do you like that? You can also set movement points by hitting the space bar while you left-click and drag. Say you want to go around a corner. Well, maybe you're going to move up to the corner, drag your token there. Don't release the mouse button, but drag your token to the corner. Hit the space bar while still holding the left mouse button, and then drag from that spot to wherever you want to go after that. When you release the left mouse button, it will actually conduct your movement following that little node you created with the space bar. That's how you go around things and make complicated moves and so on and so forth. You use the space bar. Or you can just use the up, down, left, right arrows to literally move one square at a time to go exactly where you want to go. Sorry, that's me moving things. I have to refresh. I wonder if my left click off of objects is on. Yeah, it's not on. I have to go to my settings and fix something. I wonder why. I had this changed before. Alright, hold on a second. I need to turn on something here. Left click on release objects. Yeah, it was not clicked for some reason. Huh. So let me turn that on. La da da da. All right. Yep, now it works. So it does have fog of war. That's the line of sight thing. There's things in the way that can block your vision and stuff. Monsters could sneak around and get behind you. That sort of thing. Goblin Scouts Initiative, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so that's a little bit more for you. Blah. Can't find the equipment tab. I need a good pick. So my recommendation for folks, I have all kinds of great artwork pictures that are befitting of this game. I could share with you them so you could pick an icon. And I've already made tokens for these things. It would be easy to do, which I highly recommend. But if you want to search the internet for a piece of art or a character portrait that you like, send it to me. And as long as I like it, because let's not get silly here. But I'll make a token for you and upload it. I have it set in Foundry where only I can upload pictures and things like that. So that's why I'm saying go ahead and find something and I'll do it for you and I'll upload it. Although for some reason you guys uploaded your own pictures, so maybe you can do that and I have it off. I don't know. Which is okay. You can do that. I think I hear a little rain out there. But it's a really good game. I'm going to enjoy it. Like I said, we played once before. We did a recorded session on my channel. You can go watch it. And that was supposed to be the introduction to our campaign. But for some reason, we just didn't go any further with it. I wanted to. It's one of my favorite games. But yeah, so we're gonna try this again. Get it all started. So I only get the Dragonbane Bestiary under the items tab. I have a feeling that everything is not visible to you. I think we did this with the rules, didn't we? I had to manually make them visible. I think so. I'm gonna have to go in there and look. Yeah, that could be. If you can't access the equipment and stuff, I gotta fix that. Like, what's in here? Abilities, gear, injuries, kin, professions, skills, and spells. That whole thing should be visible to you. Let me see. Configure ownership. Alright, so if you look under items, you'll see a new folder called rules. And in there's the abilities, the gear, the kin, the professions, the skills, the spells, and you literally drag and drop. So you should be able to see that now. All the base core kin are in there. So that's all you need to see in there. Under journals, you need to see the rules. Well, actually, I've got it so you can see some things you shouldn't see. Let me change that. Come on. None. What's going on here? Gear, magic, all the rules are visible to you. I could make a link to it on the map where you can just click on it and open it if you wanted, but it's in the journals. Let's see, is there anything else? Mods, adventures, best, no. And there's another way to access stuff without doing what I'm doing. It's called the compendiums. If you go to the compendium directory, it's toward the bottom. That's another way to access things and drag them to your sheet. It's the compendiums folder or the compendiums directory. It's towards the bottom. You can find it all in there too. Yeah, that's all you need to see. There's macros. What's that about? Huh. I'll leave them just for me at the moment. Yeah, you should be okay now. You should be able to access all the equipment and all the rules, all the drag and droppable stuff that you need as a player character. So you should have all that. There's a way to measure distance as well. Let me double check. Where's my mouse? No, it's not that. Is it this? There's a hotkey for this. Oh, I'm having trouble with my mouse. I think I need to recharge this freaking thing. No, it's not that. What the heck is it? What's the shortcut? No? I must have to activate it or something. There's a shortcut for measuring distance from a token. You can do it manually by going over on the left side. There's measuring tools and things like that. Click on it and you can measure any distance you want with your mouse. But you got to remember to unclick it and go back to the token click thing, or you won't be able to click on your token anymore. Got to do that. Let me find this setting and change this. Under controls. Mouse controls. Do 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 do. Tool remove. Pan canvas. Toggle distance ruler. It says R. So let me see what that does. Alright, so if you hit the R key on the keyboard, it will toggle the measuring tool. You can turn it on and off. Basically, it's you click somewhere like on your own token and drag your cursor towards, say, one of the goblins. Instead of moving, it will measure the distance between, in this case, your character and the goblin. And then click the R button again to turn off the toggle. So it's a quick way to measure distances to things. Just hit the R key. Toggle it on and off. Yeah, there you go, JJ. That moved. Yeah, there you go. Holding down the left key pings things. Like, hey, JJ, look at this strange rock here. There's something weird about it. You just hold down the left mouse button where you want to ping. Now I got this big thing on the screen. You can delete those. Let me get rid of it. I could do it myself. Let's see which one it is. Is it this one? Where is it? Measuring controls? No. Tile controls? Where the heck is it? You just hit the delete key while you're hovering over it with your mouse. Yeah, you got something on your token there. I don't know what it is. Let's get rid of that. Got something else there. Let me get rid of that. Everything in this game is measured in kilometers. Each square represents 2 kilometers, which I can adjust right now, actually. I was thinking of changing that to yards. Just call it yards, because it's easier to visualize if you don't do kilometers. But let me change the map. Two KM. Not kilometers, meters. What am I thinking? Let's see if that worked. That'll change the map. So now when you measure, it should be in meters. Why did it create that thing? Why is it? Oh, I'm in the wrong. See, if you use any of the icons on the left side of the screen, like the measuring tools and stuff, be sure when you're done using it, be sure to click back on token controls. It's a little silhouette of a man. It's at the top. Because only when you're clicked on that are you going to be able to access all the other controls dealing with your token, like measuring distance and stuff. I'm always forgetting to do that, so I typically don't use many of those little icons on the left of the screen, like targeting opposing tokens and stuff. There's usually hotkeys for this, so you typically don't have to click on those things. So yeah, you just moved 8 meters. So I changed the scale of the map so it's proper. So when you look at your movement rate on your character sheet, you'll know how far you can move. I'm good now. So the goblin has a movement of 10. That's 10 meters. So he could move, let's see, all the way from there to here. And a normal move. It's pretty cool, isn't it? I mean, Foundry's got so many freaking cool options, and it's so easy to implement this stuff. You just got to get used to the layout and the UI, the way it's all set up for you. It's fantastic. I've been using it for, what, maybe 5 or 6 years now? Yeah, 5 years. At least 5. And I love it. And you can change your dice the way they look. Like my dice look very cool. I use the necrotic dice. But you can change the way your dice look and other things as well. But I only recommend you change the look of your dice. If you want to know how to do that, it's called Dice So Nice. To change the settings of your dice, hit the cogwheel on the right side of those icons. It's toward the bottom. It's a little cogwheel. That's game settings. Once you click that, look down for configure settings. A window should open up when you configure settings, and you'll want to look on the left side. You'll see all these different modules that you can change your settings. One of them is called Dice So Nice. Click on that. It's a module I installed called Dice So Nice. Click on that, and you'll see on the right side all the settings specific to that module. You want to click on the top one, 3D Dice Settings. Once you click on that, you can change your dice. Now, the only thing to look at here to change the look of your dice is to, on the right side, drop down menus, you want to choose the second one, the one called theme. Change your theme. And that's where you can change it to different colors, things like acid or cold or earth or fire, and so on. You could choose something that looks pretty cool. I use the necrotic one. And it's the only setting you have to change. And make sure you do either a test roll or save. Make sure you save your changes. All right? So that's how you change the theme of your dice. There you go. Look at that. There's all kinds of settings you can manipulate and play around with. Be careful. Make sure you know what you're looking for and have an idea of what these things do. Somebody keeps putting templates on the map. Hold on, I got to get rid of it. Who's doing that? Kalinka. Somebody's having fun with the templates. There's different ways to roll your dice. I think I mentioned this. Normally when you're playing the game, make sure before you make your roll that you're set to public. In other words, your dice rolls will be public. Everybody can see them. They can also be blind. They could also be private. So make sure you set them to public so everyone can see them. There you go. Roll the 7. Nice one. Dented. You can also roll directly off your character sheet. Like if you want to make a skill roll, just roll directly off your character sheet. Same thing with attacks with weapons. You can roll directly off your character sheet by clicking on the weapon on your character sheet. And so on and so forth. Of course, you got to have weapons on your character sheet. I could barely see that one, but it does tell you what you rolled. Let me go back to the chat here. 'Twas me. I sent a message to you in Discord of my new pick. Okay, JJ. There you go. That's a good one. I'll do that. Yeah, that's fine. Let me just save it in the computer and upload it. Kind of looks like your picture. Ah, jeez. Well, there you go. All right, it's a web page. So what I need to do is screenshot your picture and turn it into a JPEG. Let me do that real quick. Bonk. All right. Let me Control V. Ignore that. Ignore that. I just posted a screenshot to you of your picture. You can ignore that because I'm going to save it to my computer. I'll leave it there in case you want it as a JPEG. I don't think you need it, but it's there. Where is my... the heck did I do with it? Oh. Rhymes. In these pictures you find they don't have to be just a headshot. They could be complete bodies. In fact, I prefer a complete image of the guy because I could put that whole image, give it transparency, and make a token out of it. It'd look great, but not necessary. Okay, that looks good. Let's save that. Okay, let's upload that to the character sheet over here, JJ. Get you a proper character. Get you a nice character sheet thingy me jiggy. Okay, let's click modify if I can remember how this is done. Let's delete that. Let's upload. What's your favorite color, JJ? Got a favorite color? If you want to grab another picture, you can. You too, Dented Helmet, if you want a proper picture. Either look for one and send it to me DM, or I'll just grab one for you. I got ones taken right from Dragonbane. If you want something like that, like a if you're playing a mallard. Purplage. Okay, let's do a little purplage here. Let's find one of these cool ones that have a little purplage theme to it. This one looks good. Okay, let's make sure it's going to fit in there. Why is this so slow? What is happening here? That looks good. Let's just save that. All right, apply. Your character is updated. You are good. Just give it a second, and it's going to go shunga. There it is. Got to change your token though. Nope, it automatically did it. Oh, that's nice. There, you're all good. All right, we're 3 hours and 25 minutes. I'm going to eat something and relax for the rest of the night. If you have any questions about it, JJ or Dented, let me know. And I'm gonna relax a little bit. I don't want to fight with this building anymore. Actually turned out pretty good though. So I got that done. I'll do a little more tonight after the stream and finish that off. But yeah, I got 2 buildings. Fantastic. And you guys, go ahead and toy around, read the rules, get it all squared away. You're welcome, man. And we'll be jumping into this within days. I just got to spend some time doing some reading. I'll read some more tonight, I think. And we'll set it up and go through the whole process. We'll join up in the the Mirth and Mayhem, or whatever it's called. Mirth and Mayhem? Mirth and Mayhem voice channel when we're all ready. We'll meet up there and we'll log into Foundry and do our thing. Roll some dice and see what tales we can tell, perhaps. Perhaps. And it'll be good fun. We'll just slide right into some adventures and get the campaign going. Then we'll bring in some new people. We'll see what happens. Not at the moment. Peace out, Fritz. Awesome. I'll talk to you guys later. Folks, I hope you enjoyed the stream. Gonna be back tomorrow as usual, probably, unless I take a day off. You guys did vote for it. Although barely. Cripes. Take care, Dented Man. I'll talk to you soon. So, folks, James, everybody else, glad you joined me tonight. Have a good evening. And relax indeed. I'll talk to you guys soon. So remember, folks, hang in there, and you know why. It's only going to get better. I'll talk to you soon.